With us today, we got Joe, Trigger Joe Britson.
All right, let's go.
To try to get a matchup with a gun. Oh, goes the win! Francis is gunning!
Well, this is just a fist. When I start throwing it around, I can leave one hell of a mess. Let's dance.
Multiple occasions. Wow, it looks like they're going to swing to the very end.
And he wasn't kidding.
Wow!
It's very rare.
What a finish! Another one.
It really poses the question, what do you want to do? Do you want to take a chance and risk getting knocked out?
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Trying to take care of business, trying to get to it's a knockout! Oh my It's a knockout!
And it's closing in, trying to finish it, and it's over!
Because I'm going to take this foot and I'm going to whop you on that side of your face. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Buck is brought to you by Modelo.
I killed it!
Right in the face, man.
And we have a new nickname. Okay, we have William Send It 7 Pearson. All right, other than that, we used to call him Willie Pete. We used to call him the Mad Russian.
For his opponent to be quicker on the tangent.
Now you're gonna get it, Bobby.
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch.
Wow! How good is this?
Finish him!
Another one.
Everybody gets triggered. It's just that you become a pansy. That's in the Book of Earl. I think chapter 4, page 10. So, what's up, trash talkers? What's up, Gruntworks? Welcome to UFC Pick'em. Now, I do have to brag a little bit. I told you last week, do not bet against Asians in martial arts. Okay, I think I hit both of the Asian fights. All right, and so I'm pretty much the legend of picking last week. However, we did do very well for you. If I know I made some money. If you guys bet with the experts last week, you definitely came out ahead because they did hit a couple of their underdogs, and so that it ended up paying out pretty well. Now, a big shout out to our sponsor, 10th Mountain Whiskey Spirit Company. All right, go on there, put in the code VTT and get 10% off on your order. So it's really good stuff, brewed in Colorado. Good bourbon, good vodka. That's what I'm drinking tonight. And with us today is Joe, Trigger Joe Britson. Who is not with us is Bill Send It 7 Pearson. He did give you the safety brief today on the page for Gruntworks Nation, but he's traveling. He's PCSing right now, so I think he's like in Montana somewhere. Who knows what he's doing? Probably running away from Kevin Costner or whatever show that's called on you know what show I'm talking about, Joe?
Yeah, I do, and I can't think of what the hell you're talking about. But I know
something like that. Yeah, so he's probably
Yellowstone. There it is.
Yellowstone. There you go. You nailed it. But anyways, we're going over a fight card tonight. And for the fights for tomorrow, and we'll try to make you guys some money. Now, I do have to address something in sports because we do like to cover all sports.
Yes.
I know basketball is not a big popular sport right now in a lot of the veteran community and all that kind of stuff. And, some of that's deservedly so because, the woke people are taking over everywhere. And I'll cover a lot of that tomorrow as well. But, I'm a Milwaukee guy. All right. So the Bucks blew it 2 years ago. All right, and they're in the Eastern Conference Finals. They just beat Kevin Durant in a heartbreaking, thrilling 7-game series. But I hear a lot of the Milwaukee guys talking about how Trae Young can't keep this up all series. He scored like 50 points and had 20 assists, right? It was sick. The dude was out of control. But it's how quickly they forget that 2 years ago against Toronto, Van Vliet hit like 45 threes in the series. And every game we're like, oh, well, maybe he won't do it next game. All right, well, guess what? Trae Young's probably going to go off all series. So they better figure something out. All right, because I'm getting a little pissed off. Milwaukee has a good basketball team every 25 years. So it's like, now is the time. And the other thing that I was going to cover, and I posted about it on Facebook, and I think I threw it on Gruntworks as well, is this whole checking pitchers for substances.
It's getting freaking ridiculous. Hey, why wouldn't they let Joe Girardi go after Scherzer? I wanted to see it.
Yeah, and then, Scherzer starts taking all of his clothes off. Beautiful protest, and he like unbuckles his belt, like what? So
he stood in the dugout with his hands raised, like, yeah, my hands are here, fellas.
Yeah.
The whole time. Yeah, Scherzer doesn't F around, man. He's got a temper.
Right. And so, well, again, these guys, especially these power pitchers, like the Verlanders, the Burns from the Brewers, DeGrom, and they have such a mentality and attitude to dominate you that when you start, going after them for like, hey, maybe they're doctoring the ball. Most, amateurs and especially guys that never really played baseball don't understand the work these guys put in. All right, to be that good. Now, there's always been some doctoring of the baseball. There's always been a little bit of cheating here and there. All right, but these guys don't need to cheat. They throw 98 miles an hour with about 6 to 7 inches of movement on that 98 miles an hour, and then they drop a 91 mile per hour slider on you. Right? It's like they don't need that.
Or Verlander drops an 88 mile an hour curveball like he did back in the day.
Right. And I don't need to, like I said, I'm going to cover more of it tomorrow in the Trash Talk Hour, but this woke shit's got to stop. And the only way that, and yes, it is woke because we're listening to a few crybaby hitters that are saying, oh, the ball's fixed and that's why I can't hit it. Well, you know what? Ty Cobb batted 375 when there weren't any rules. All right. Babe Ruth hit 700 home runs when these guys were putting anything they could on the ball, right, to make it go.
Those were sawdust balls.
Right. And it's like, dude, just hit the ball. There's plenty of guys batting 340 this year with 15, 20 home runs. What are they just lucky? Are they not facing guys who doctor the ball? But anyways, we're giving attention to a small group of whiny babies. And you know what's going to happen, which I hope happens, is the next time Scherzer gets challenged to like show what he has on his glove, that he rifles the next pitch at the guy's head. All right. Now, I don't want to see that, nor should you encourage that in baseball because these guys throw too hard. But if you're a manager and you're messing with a guy with Scherzer's temper and Scherzer's mentality to win at all costs, okay, you are seriously jeopardizing, all right, the next hitter's life.
You've got two different color eyes.
Yeah.
Don't say that to him. Don't say that to him. He doesn't like it. Got it a lot as a child. He will throw some chin smoke at
father-son game. So
he's crowding the plate. Back off.
But anyway, so that's my that is the Book of Earl's take on this whole baseball.
No, I totally agree, Nick, and I can back your point with one simple thing. I got to watch a Tigers game live the other night because I am in Michigan and they don't get any love in the South, of course, but they don't get any love outside of Detroit. They barely get
winning quarterback.
They barely get love in Detroit. But the Detroit Tigers scored 8 runs last night. Point proven. Okay, the ball's not doctored. That team scored 8 runs. And Miguel Cabrera is kind of like a figure name. I think he's about 347 right now. Weight, not average. So, yeah, they scored 8 runs with the crew they got. You can hit the ball. The pitchers are just having a good year.
If Tanner Port's watching, like Houston Astros cheated.
He doesn't count.
Cheating Astros. They went out of their way to be really, really bad. Now, is that saying that other teams didn't do it? No, we're not saying that. They got caught. All right. Somebody blew the whistle on them and, they paid the price for it and it's fine, but they went out of their way. But now I was a left-handed pitcher. I threw okay, mid 80s, that kind of stuff. But if I got a ball with a scuff on it, you better believe I didn't give that ball back. Okay. So I would just put the fingernail right inside of that scuff and cut it about 6 more inches than I already have on the ball. Right. So it's like, that's just part of the game to where there's certain pitchers who don't have the power. All right. They need to have the movement. All right. So if you can do that, you do that. But Scherzer doesn't need any help. Period. So
you think Pedro Martinez at his size throwing what he threw, throwing the smoke? Look how small of a dude he is. Pedro Martinez is not a big guy.
Hands.
I was going to say, yeah. Anyways,
his hands were ginormous, you know, and it's like, but anyways, yeah, let's get back to UFC. But again, hey, leave a comment. Nobody's really monitoring VTT right now, so check us out on Gruntworks. Put in the code VTTGW on either Gruntworks store or Veteran Trash Talk store if you like our hats, shirts. Gruntworks has all kinds of awesome shirts. Go ahead and put in VTTGW in there and get yourself a 10% discount during the show. Again, we are partnered with Stop Soldier Suicide, and part of all proceeds go there, and that's what we're here for. Joe and I are good friends, go way back, and you know, Bill and I and Joe are newer friends. We just met a couple years ago, but you know, we are here to communicate with each other. All right, it's our own therapy. This is a great Friday night. Get to have a couple of drinks, say hi to our buddies, and talk some sports. Okay, so I appreciate all of you coming around and listening. So say hi, say where you're from. All right, and again, we're here to help each other. We're here to support each other, and we're trying to build the biggest veteran community that we possibly can. So, you know, give our pages a like. All right, give our YouTube channel a subscribe. We got a lot of funny stuff on there. And we're gonna take a 2-week vacation after next Saturday for the summer. And the videos are coming. All right, there's gonna be some funny videos coming out of where we're going. So that'll be a lot of good time. So let's get back to the fight card. And Tim Moore loves this show. We love you, Tim Moore. We love you.
Tim Moore. I was gonna say I love Tim Moore. He beat me to it.
Yeah. So
doesn't mean less because I said it second, Tim.
But Bill's not here. Like I said, he's PCSing, but Joe does know his picks. So if you tend to pick with Bill, we still have his picks, and Joe rattle those off at the end. So the first fight is a lightweight fight. And we got Renato Moicano. Okay, Moicano versus Jai Herbert. All right. Moicano comes in at 14-4, and then Jai Herbert comes in at 10-2. Now, the clown, all right, don't listen to my picks, okay, unless you want to lose or get lucky as hell and win a lot of money. But I don't look at the odds. I don't do any of that shit. All right, I just pick based off of jawline and name. And so when I looked at these two guys, I was like, what a joke this fight is. So I'm going Jai Herbert, second round. Are you allowed to scrotum pull?
If you don't get caught, you are.
Okay, so I'm going to go with the ref can't see behind him, and a scrotum pull is going to cause a tap, and Joe Rogan's going to lose his shit. So that's how it's going to be a scrotum pull in the second round by Jai Herbert. So, all right, now, those of you paying attention at home, all right, Joe actually analyzes these fights, and he's real good. So does Bill. So they're going to give you their picks, and at the end of the show, Joe will give you his locks, and then he'll give you his DraftKings sleeper and some parlays. So pay attention all the way to the end. All right, thanks for just say hi in the thread, say where you're watching from, and we'll interact with you. If you ever want to come on the show and pick against Joe and Bill, hey, the invite's open. They're going to put up their own money. So if you ever want to come on and pick against them for their own money, come on and do it. All right. So Joe, who you got in his first fight?
You know, I got Moicano, and mainly because of his jiu-jitsu. He lands. He's one of those pity pat strikers where he lands about 5.5 significant strikes a minute, and what it does is it leaves the other guy open. The guy thinks he wants to mix it up. He drops levels. They're on the ground. And before you know it, Moicano's tapping you out. He's a little bit chinny. He has been KO'd 3 times. But I'm going to go ahead and say Moicano pulls out the submission victory. And I'm going to say he gets some early round 2. Herbert has good knockout power. I just think Moicano is going to do enough to stay in the striking game, get a level change, get a takedown. Once he gets a takedown, he's one of those level black belts. He taps people out a lot. So I got Moicano by second round submission.
All right, there you have it. Do you want to wait till the end to go to Bill's, or what has Bill got in this fight?
Bill has the same. The only thing Bill and I disagree on are the last 2 fights. And I want to address that real quick. I've already got clearance. Okay, I'm not going to say what kind of clearance, but I speak for the infantry, the entire infantry. When I say we're tired of this challenge, we want to bring it back around. We picked up a point on Bill last week, so we're down 1.
Yes,
and
we're
doing the co-main event and the main event for a point apiece, and the infantry is ready to take the lead back tomorrow night. So,
that's what
anyways,
I'm talking about.
Bill agrees with me on Moicano, and he agrees with me on this next one. But the co-main and the main was when we get to our little rivalry.
Yeah, so Sergeant Major Bill said at 7. He gave the safety brief today on Gruntworks, and I noticed that there was a typo because he was using talk to text, right? And we still send it anyways. And so
I use that.
So your, with the apostrophe RE was not really put in there properly because he used voice text. All right. And it went through. Now there's a guy on there he's that guy that everybody knows.
He's the grammar Nazi?
He's the grammar Nazi, and so like I commented on it and I was like, I bet you made rank fast as fuck in the Army, bro. Like, it's like you're that guy. I love you.
But they love you.
The gun only fires 600 rounds a minute when you're firing. It's like shut the fuck up, dude. It's gonna go pew 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 until the guy falls down. Understand? Okay. So, anyways, we got the welterweight fight next, which is Tim Means, 31,
Dirty Bird,
and 12 versus Nicholas Darby. Okay. Now I want to pick the guy with one of the greatest names ever. Nicholas. All right, but he spells it like a chotch bag. So I had to just switch my pick, and I'm going to go Tim Means, first round in the first 30 seconds, roundhouse kick to the face. All right, that's how that fight's going to end. You mark it down. If there is a prop bet for roundhouse kick to the face, that is what you take, and you put your whole bank account on it. All right, so I know Joe's going to agree with me. Maybe not, but Joe, who do you got in this fight?
This one I went back and forth on until I watched the weigh-ins, and I wanted to see how they lined up because I know what type of fighter Tim Means is, the Dirty Bird. They call him the Dirty Bird for a reason. He's that guy that goes in and gets those rebounds nobody else wants to. He's the guy that'll go in there and get you that last minute stop in a game. He's not great, but he's good at everything. I'm going to go Dalby on this one because of the way they looked at the weigh-ins. I think Dalby out-wrestles him. I think he outpowers him, and he steals 2 rounds to 1, and it's a very close fight. I think Means wins 1 round, and Dalby wins a 29-28 decision. But this one, I went back and forth on all day until I watched the weigh-ins, and I just like Dalby. He looks bigger and stronger, and he's going to use that to bully Means around a little bit.
Very awesome. Very awesome. Who does Bill got in this fight?
He's got Dalby. He's got
All
Dalby,
right, so
and I believe he's got him by decision.
The clown pick is taking Means, and what's the odds on that?
Means is a +1 or -130. Dalby's a +110 underdog.
So you guys are going underdog on this one, huh?
I'm going underdog on 3 out of the 6, brother.
Very
it's just
nice,
one of them
very
nights.
Nice. But here we go. Now, I do have to bring up something. So you guys have seen Maybe West Mezcal. All right, I say it wrong all the time. The Mexican guys down here get real mad at me. Mezcal, whatever. Okay, so good buddy, veteran owned, Maybe West Mezcal. Go check it out. I golfed with him today, and let me tell you something. He's not good. Okay, and maybe I should have taken it a little bit easier on him today because I am trying to get him to sponsor the show.
Yeah, I was going to say, aren't you trying to get him to help us? Can't you dump a few games for Christ's sake?
I tried to, but he got so mad that I was like, "Hey, the club throw's coming, ain't it, man?" I was like, "Hey, let's work on the club throw."
You can't help yourself. If you're competing with somebody, you gotta get inside their head for a little bit. I know you.
Right. So I can see him getting a little flustered, right? Because and his name's Colby. I won't give him his last name. But I see him getting flustered, right? And he's Tanner's friend, so that's just even funnier because
we'll make his medal for that later.
Yeah, and but it's like when you throw a golf club, you don't want to break it, right? So it's like unless you got buku dollars. So I was trying to explain to him that you gotta release it, and then your anger has to come out in your voice, but as the club needs to get a good secondary, it has to get a good bounce. All right, and that'll keep it from breaking. So I'm talking him through this, and he looks at me with this rage, right? And then he goes up to the next shot. He's just fucking pissed, right? And he just shanks it, right? And
does he hit a worm burner?
Oh, you hear it. club just goes.
You didn't pull the Happy Gilmore and go, whoa, the club went farther than the ball.
Yeah. But all right, so we got the experts are picking Darby in the upset at 19-3, and the clown is taking Tim Means by first round roundhouse kick. All right, so the next fight. This one I was excited to have you and Bill on the show to talk about, but like I said, Bill's doing whatever he's got to be doing. And you got a featherweight, Andre Phil at 21-8 versus Daniel Pineda at 27-14. Now, these are both old guys with a lot of experience, so I don't know what these two guys are going to do because Joe and Bill hate old fighters, right? They just can't stand them. So I'm actually going to help them out, and I'm going to give you what the clown says, and this is going to happen, so you can put all your money on this too. Two old guys, very confusing to the experts. There's going to be no contest because they're going to knock each other out. All right, it's going to be like Rocky, but they're both going down. Right, so it's like
it's happened in professional mixed martial arts. It's never happened in the UFC.
It's happening. It's happening tomorrow. Okay, so that's what's going down. Joe, who do you got in the old man fight of Phil versus Pineda?
Well, it's Feely because there's another I on the end of Phil, but don't give
me that shit. It's Phil. All
right? But I got Andre Feely. I think his hands, man, he looked like he was ready to rip that dude's head off in the weigh-ins. He's got a 5-inch reach advantage. His striking is pinpoint, and he is absolute. There's Bill. Holy shit! Right in the middle of my sentence, there he is. But I got Andre Feely, and I got him by TKO. He's one of those O'Malley type fighters. He sets you up, he cuts angles, and he walks you right into his power punches. So I actually got Feely knocking out Pineda in the second round.
Very nice. Hey, Bill, welcome to the party. You got audio? You got everything?
Yep, I got you.
All right. Were you following what I said about this fight?
No, I just hopped on.
I was going to say that I was excited for you to be on here for this fight because it's two old guys, and you guys are not going to know who to pick because you hate old guys. So I'm calling it a double KO. All right. They're going to knock each other out to make it easier on you two. And it's going to be the first time.
I told him it's happened before, Bill, but it's never happened in the UFC. It has happened. There's a couple of YouTube videos where there's a couple double knockouts.
Oh, hey, Joe, I see that Tacti Polo sticker on there. You guys haven't checked out Tacti Polo on whatever's at tactipolo.com. Go on there and just put in a discount code. I'll tell the owner to give it to you for free. No, don't quote me on that.
I'm gonna say something. It's not real nice, but I'm gonna say it's kind of like a polo shirt, except not for pussies. Is that bad?
I like it.
All right.
I like it. Well, Bill, who do you got in this fight? Pineda versus Filet Mignon, however you say his name.
We'll call him Filet.
So Bill made his appearance. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with Pineda. We'll go Pineda decision.
Hey, what state are you in?
I'm just outside of Billings, Montana.
Oh,
that was my guess. I said I bet he's by Billings because it's the only town in Montana.
Are you staying in Montana tonight, or are you going through it?
No, I'm staying just outside of Bozeman tonight.
Okay, yeah, because I'll give Wes from 10th Mountain a call. He lives up in Montana. He's got that horse ranch. I wonder if it's anywhere near your route. So that'd be pretty cool. Let me after this show, I'll give him a text, see if I can link you guys up. That's another thing. The veteran community, if we can just get so big that like when somebody's driving through Montana, I can be like, I know a guy. All right, but Montana's huge. All right, so it could be not even worth it, but we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna find out. All right, so there was another fight that was scratched, and it was the Kennedy, that guy's name, Nchikuku, and Danilo Marquez. All right, that fight got scratched, and they replaced it with Barcelos and Valrev. All right, but I have to say how I analyzed the first fight last week because I thought this was this week's card because I'm an idiot. But I was going to call this fight as a win by disqualification from a groin kick because Danilo's a transgender and she's gonna fake it. And so you kicked her in the groin, but it really didn't hurt. But she can pretend it because she looks like a guy. Anyways, we're gonna go bantamweight. Barcelos 16-1 and Valrev 17-2. Barcelos sounds like a guy who's gonna submit somebody real fast. So I'm gonna go Barcelos first round armbar. Joe, what say you?
Yeah, I got Barcelos in this one, and Valiev is a more than competent fighter. He's 17-2, but Barcelos is on an absolute nightmarish like tear in the UFC. I think he's got his last 6. He's 6-0 in the UFC. Valiev doesn't have as much UFC experience. He's got 1 no contest and 1 unanimous decision. He's kind of a decision type of guy. He'll grind you out and everything else. If Barcelos stays on his feet, I see him winning this fight decidedly. Probably 3rd round TKO.
Very nice. Very nice. Bill, what say you?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Joe on that one. I'll go with Barcelos, but I think it's going to be a pretty one-sided decision. He could knock him out if they stay on the feet, but I think Valeyev's just tough enough to grind it out to a decision, but he's going to lose I'll say he'll lose all 3 rounds. So Barcelos, very one-sided.
There you have it. Now we get to the exciting part of the show, the co-main and the main event, to where Bill wasn't paying attention earlier, but Joe was calling a complete turnaround, and he spoke for all the infantry, and he says it will go from a 1-point deficit to a 1-point lead after these 2 fights are over. He has already predicted it.
I said Bill's got double secret special clearance. He speaks for the artillery. Don't ask him how he does it. But we decided we're going to retain this little rivalry with the co-main and the main going for a point apiece. So let's rock on with it.
And those of you who just jumped on, Gruntworks or VTT or on our YouTube channel, if you're watching our YouTube channel, chances are you know what we're talking about because nobody ever watches that except for our true fans. But these guys are picking experts. They're expert pickers at these fights. All right. So pay attention. All right. They're going to give you their locks at the end. So stick around and make sure that you put the money where they tell you to. Because, like I said, last week we made good money on their picks, and even the Clowns picks won a little bit of money with the Asian picks. So, again, just listen to them, all right? And then don't bet all your money. We don't promote obsessive gambling here. But, again, scare money don't make no money, all right? So throw it down on what these guys say. Now, we got the co-main heavyweight Tanner Boser, all right? Boser
That's it.
Vince St. Preux. Okay. Yeah. Now, I'm going to side with the experts on this one a little bit. Not necessarily who they're picking, but just their logic behind not picking old people. All right. So I'm going to go with Boser because Peru's going to die of cardiac arrest. He's not going to die. I don't want him to die in it, but like second round, he's just going to fall over, and then they're going to start hitting him on the chest. He's going to get revived. He's going to live. All right. I don't wish that on anybody except for like maybe nobody. So anyways, we're going to go with Boser by doctor stoppage because of cardiac arrest. Bill, who you got?
I like that prediction. I got Boser, but I'm going to go with a second round KO. Boser had a pretty quick rise. Then he started taking some lumps, started to fall a little bit, but I think those losses actually helped him a lot. So I'm going to go with Boser. Heavy hands, second round KO, and problem with St. Preux, for all you boxing fans, I call him the James Toney. When he fights really high caliber dudes, he fights at a really high caliber level. But when he fights these mid-level to trash dudes, he fights just like a mid-level trash guy. So I'm going to go with Tanner Boser, second round KO.
Very nice, very nice. And speaking of boxing, there's a good fight coming up on Saturday. Lomachenko's going to get after it, and it's on Top Rank Boxing. So just get ESPN Plus and watch it. Okay, it's one of the few. That's like the one weight class and the one fighter that actually keeps boxing alive because right now UFC is just destroying it. And y'all like that Facebook post that I reshared from a year ago? I was like, UFC is going to take over sports, and yeah, it is the most dominant sport on the planet right now. Why? Because they didn't give a shit about COVID. Okay, they just bought their own freaking island and they fought fights on it.
Dana White made it happen. That's why.
Made it happen. Yeah. That's what Americans do. All right. So, Joe, who do you got?
I got the old guy. I like St. Preux, and I'll give you my reasons why. Boser's 3-3 in the UFC. Okay, the last 2 guys he fought were 2 older veterans, and he lost 2 decisions. St. Preux has screwed me over on 2 different fights now. I'm going to go ahead and one more time have faith in what's going to happen out there. And here's the thing that no one talks about. All right, Boser's a karate guy. St. Preux's jiu-jitsu is probably some of the best in the light heavyweight divisions outside of Paul Craig. And St. Preux walks around as giant light heavyweight. So he didn't have to cut for this fight. So there's no weight cut. He came in at 230. He looks big. He looks lean for 230. And I say he gets him to the ground and submits Boser in the late first round when they're still dry and no one's sweating. We're doing that one for a point, right, Bill?
Yeah, we got a point on that. I'll speak for Bill because as Bill's a fister, he doesn't know where he belongs. So I will speak for him as a 4 years ago infantry guy.
I didn't say that, Bill. I didn't say that.
So I did. But Redheaded stepchildren of the army are the fisters. Okay, but are they maneuver? Are they Davardi? We don't really know. So now that they're Davardi, they're all plump and fat and suck. But anyways, I got PTSD from my fisters in Hawaii. Yeah, I said it, fisters in Hawaii. All right, you guys are fat. Okay, so you need to get your shit together. Now, the main event. This could be huge for the infantry community, for the blue cord, for the discs, right? The blue discs, for the Order of St. Maurice, all of it. All right, because I think they got like St. Barbara or whatever, whatever that even means. Yeah, something like that. Like I think it was a girl, not sure, but I think it was the first girl to be a saint. Don't quote me on that. It's purely speculative. Maybe Tanner Poor can get on there. But you got Cyril Gane at 8-0 versus Alexander Volkov at 33-8. Now, I did a lot of thinking about this, being it is the main event. And I'm going to go with Volkov in the first 7 seconds of this fight. He's going to double open palm slap and rupture Gane's eardrums, right? Just
on that again. All right.
It's got to happen. It's got to happen. All right, so this is the one. I tried it last week, and I don't think they were the right fighters. This one, it's going down. So if there's a prop bet for a busted eardrum knockout, this is the one. This is the clown pick that's going to make you 16,000 to 1. All right, so just find somebody to take it. I'm sure if you call Bill after this, he'll take that bet for probably $1. All right, so just take it. Joe, Joe, who do you got in the main event?
No, I'm gonna go ahead and roll with Volkov. I think he's been through enough. He's got as many losses as Gane's got fights. Or Gane, Cyril Gane, whatever. He's from France. I don't have to say his name right. Gane's 8-0. All right. He's fighting a guy who's 33-8, who has fought everybody, who is a very, very dynamic striker, who took Alistair Overeem's face and mashed it like Play-Doh to the point where Overeem wanted to wrestle. Here's the problem. Gane's going to want to wrestle. He's stupid if he doesn't. He's going to go in there wrestling. He weighed in at 245, 6'4", big guy. Well, Volkov's nickname is Drago because he's a giant, 6'7". He weighed in at 265, and he's so used to guys wrestling in him. He's probably going to lean on him a bit. The old Tyson Fury on Deontay Wilder technique, use your weight and make him pay for trying to shoot on you. Gane's going to get tired of trying to shoot. He's going to have to stand, and he's going to eat some leather. And I think Gane gets rid of that 0 in the loss column, and Volkov actually pulls out a 3rd round TKO stoppage after busting Gane's face up pretty good. And Gane's a tough dude, so I think he's gonna wear 2 bad rounds on his face coming into the 3rd, try to wrestle and probably eat a knee. Because remember, this is Volkov can strike. He's the Tong Po, man. Elbow, knee, fist, foot, whatever it is, he's got it, and it hurts when it lands. So I think Gane maybe comes in on a sloppy double leg, catches a knee, and gets finished on the ground. 3rd round TKO Volkov.
There you have it. Bill, who do you got?
The belt's going to go ahead and stay with St. Barbara in the land of the red. It's going to be Gane in the 3rd round KO the other way. Cyril Gane's going to be way too patient. He's been improving every fight. This is his fight to set him up to fight Ngannou, which I think he'll lose to Ngannou.
It's the fight for both of them to fight. Either one who wins is going right up top of the list.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's going to be Cyril Gane. He's just too patient. I actually don't think he's going to shoot that much. I think he's going to try to suck Volkov into getting caught, kind of like Junior did. So I'm going to go with Cyril Gane, 3rd round TKO before my service goes out.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, before your service goes out, who's your locks?
Lock is going to be Cyril Gane.
You want to go Pineda?
Shit.
You want to go Pineda and Feely for a point too? Because we disagree on that one.
No.
Do it.
No.
Send it. What? Did you say no? What a bum. All right, so you only got 1 lock?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I got a couple, but they're on the prelims.
You got any parlays you want to throw out there to your fans? I mean, I'm sure there's 3 people that watch just because of you. So what's the parlay?
3 whole
Yeah,
people.
the parlay I would actually go with Cyril Gane, Bozer and Pineda.
Nice. So you're taking two.
He doesn't
of the
want to do
ones
Pineda
Joe.
for a point, but he puts them in
You
the
put him in
parlay.
your parlay? What is this? Are you drinking? Like, it's okay if you are. I think you're in Montana. I think you're allowed to do a lot of shit while the car is still driving in Montana. So
It's a 3-fight parlay. I'll throw one out there for something wacky.
there you go. There you go. All right. Well, Bill, if you drop off, it was a pleasure having you on the show again. And like I said, I'll text you after the show. Joe, who are your locks? What's your parlays? And you got a DraftKings sleeper?
Yeah, my locks are actually Feely. And then I'm going down to the prelims. Kennedy and Cheku, I got him as one of my locks. They actually bumped that fight down to the prelims. They didn't totally scratch it. And then
so there's still a chance that there's a fake guy fighting as a girl, and he's going to pretend to be kicked in the groin, and it's actually going to hurt. Because when I looked at Daniela's face, it didn't look like a guy. But anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
All right. Well, Rachmanov, the fight before that, Rachmanov's my other lock. So I got 3 locks. All right. I'm going Feely and Cheku and Rachmanov. Those the last 2 on the prelims. Don't miss those bets because those guys. Rachmanov's a freaking animal.
Rachmanov's a pretty solid lock.
And then for my parlay, I'm actually going to go. I say it wrong, but Prochnio over Villanueva. Okay, and it's another prelim fight. So Prochnio, Rachmanov, and Cheku and Feely. That's a 4-fight parlay. My DraftKings sleepers are St. Preux. He's going to be cheap. I actually think Jai Herbert has a very good chance of pulling out a win, so he could score you some points, and he's going to be dirt cheap. And then Yancy Medeiros is going to be another DraftKings value because he's fighting a mid-level guy, and if the guy chokes and Medeiros is a definite veteran. So I like him as a plus 125 underdog to be super cheap. So Medeiros, Herbert, and St. Preux are going to be my DraftKings sleepers.
All right, there you have it. So, hey, team Gruntworks Nation and VTT, go on gruntworks.com. All right, do you see that new Marine shirt? I don't think it's a new one, but I know they just put an ad out for it. But that if you have any Marine friends and you want to get them a present, that's the shirt right there, Jarheads and Crayons. All right, so go on gruntworks.com and put in VTT GW and get yourself a 10% discount. And if you want to keep calm, lay suppressive fire, because, hey, news alert, show the shirt, Joe. News alert, Gruntworks is actually run by grunts, okay? All right,
grunts.
Actual veterans, all right? And we do lay suppressive fire. So if you want to go to VTT and get that suppressive fire shirt, put in that same code, all right, and you'll get a 10% discount because we're kind of partnering up in it per se, all right, so that we can, help more people and, build a bigger veteran community. So get on board with it. Again, it's sponsored by 10th Mountain Whiskey. All right, so go on 10th Mountain Whiskey. I think it's spirits.10thmountainwhiskey.com. And you get on there and put in VTT and get yourself a discount on that as well.
Nick, what are they wearing if they wear grunt style? What are they wearing if they wear grunt style? My thing is like you're wearing the same thing as American Eagle, right? They're just as much military as grunt style. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Correct.
Right.
If you shop grunt style, I mean, I don't care what people say about having a brand that's big and popular. All right, they're not veteran owned. All right, they're not owned by grunts. All right,
there's veteran is Old Navy.
All right, veteran is Old Navy. Yeah, I like it. That's a good ad. I'm gonna put that one out there. Stop shopping grunt style. There is veteran is Old Navy. Man. Anyways, we got a big guest coming on tomorrow on the Trash Talk Hour. So we got Kaz coming on from WTF Radio. All right, he's the host of. He's coming on. He's actually, I think he's live right now.
The man tells a fantastic story.
Yeah, the Friday Night Freedom. Okay, so he's going to come on the Trash Talk Hour tomorrow, and we will make fun of him as much as we can and have a really good time. And again, we got Zach Farkas' team at Veterans Mortgage Source. All right, check him out on our website, veterantrashtalk.com. Go on there if you have any VA questions, whether he can help you or not, whether he can take your money or not. He will still give you the hard truth or the great truth or whatever news you need to hear to make yourself feel comfortable with a home purchase. All right, so go check him out. And I'm telling you, he's going to be straight up with you, what you should get, what you shouldn't get. So, again, check him out at veterantrashtalk.com. And then we will see you guys tomorrow at 1400 Eastern time. Rewind this show. Listen to their picks. Don't listen to the clown unless you're drunk like me and crazy. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks, Baker.
Go see the baker. Bill went to Montana and stole himself a dingo. It's in the front.